Hey, let's go to Cynthia Mulligan, who was on the line for a very different kind of daily update today and a bit of a scare. Cynthia.
That's right, Janella. It was a very different update today. For exactly 22 minutes today, there were serious concerns that COVID-19 may have penetrated the core of the Ford government. The Premier, his health minister, and his education minister all announced they were being tested after Stephen Lecce found out yesterday he came into contact with someone who tested positive. The three were all together at yesterday's daily news conference. Minister Lecce went and got tested sometime after. 22 minutes after announcing the Premier and Health Minister would not attend today's daily update, and why. Another announcement came out saying the Education Minister got his results and he had tested negative. Just last night, the Premier's nephew, Toronto City Councillor Michael Ford, revealed he had tested positive and was in isolation. The Premier's office have said they have not had close contact in the past 2 weeks. Now, Minister Lecce's turnaround for the test was, just under 24 hours. The government says he was not fast-tracked, and the turnaround time for a test is about 20 hours these days. So the question I was hoping to ask the Premier today was about his government's announcement yesterday that all childcare centres could open by this Friday. It's left many scrambling and wondering how they will survive financially under the new guidelines.
Our childcare centre will not be able to open on Friday. The logistics of arranging to reopen a centre after it's been 3 months, a full 3 months since we shut down before the March break, would require at minimum 2 weeks.
Dawn Edmonds is the treasurer and board member for the Central Eglinton Children's Centre, located in the Eglinton Public School. With the province's new regulations that cap children and staff in designated areas to 10, she says they'll only be able to operate at 1/3 capacity. She says details are still coming in, and she's not sure if they will still qualify for the federal wage subsidy.
If we no longer qualify for the federal wage subsidy, our operating deficit for the summer would be around $400,000. So for us to be open for July and August, if we did not qualify for the wage subsidy, we would be going $400,000 in the hole.
And even if you do, you'd be up to possibly $100,000 in the hole.
Yes.
Can you afford either scenario?
Today, not in a sustained way.
The Ford government told City News childcare centres will be eligible for the federal wage subsidy, but that could still mean the Central Eglinton Children's Centre, which is a non-profit, would run a significant deficit. Advocacy group, the Ontario Coalition for Better Childcare, says all childcare centres are in the same precarious boat.
Do you know of any childcare centres that will be able to open by Friday?
I haven't heard of a single childcare center that's been able to open, that would be able to open on Friday. They can't really believe it. They've been blindsided by this, really. There was a national survey that just came out today that Martha Friendly and the Childcare Resource and Research Unit had done that showed 1/3 of centers across the country are concerned that they will close. And I have to say that I think centres in Ontario are actually in a worse position than many of the other provinces because of the chaos that the Ford government has created in the sector. To keep doors open, centres have to have full enrollment and high parent fees. Well, we're now in an economic recession and parents are nervous about sending their children back, and we have to control the number of children in a group for safety reasons. So that market doesn't work anymore. It's broken.
Under the government guidelines, centres cannot charge parents increased fees. Parents in Ontario already pay the highest in the country. An infant spot here in Toronto can be more than $2,000 a month. In a statement, the government said it recognizes there will be higher costs and that existing funding will be optimized, which sounds like there will be no more increased funding coming.